You did some basic mathematics when working with integers and floating point numbers, but in this lesson you'll learn about all of the basic mathematical operations that are available to you. To begin, open the My Project sample file from your Sample Files folder. And add a new web form to the project called calculator.aspx. You learned how to do this in Lesson 1.7. We are now going to add two text box controls to the page. Set the ID properties of the text boxes to text box first number and text box second number. Next, add a label control to the page below the two text boxes. Name the new label control Label Result and clear its text property. Next, we're going to add a button control that will add together the contents of the two text boxes. First, add a button control to the page. Set its ID property to Button Calculate. And its text property to Calculate. Now add a click event handler to the button and add the following code to the new event handler. Double first number equals convert.toDouble text box first number dot text. Double second number equals convert.toDouble text box second number dot text. Double result equals first number plus second number. Label result dot text equals result dot toString. This code hopefully makes sense to you by now. The text from each text box is placed into a double variable. Then the two doubles are added together and placed into another double variable called result. And finally, result is converted into a string and displayed in the label result control. You might be wondering why you're using the double type for the numbers in this lesson. You could use the int type, but that would prevent you from using decimal places in your calculations. If you only wanted to work with whole numbers, you would use the int type. You could also use the float and decimal types. If this were a currency calculator, the best choice would be the decimal type for enhanced accuracy. This lesson uses double as a compromise between the speed of float and the accuracy of decimal. You learned more about the issues surrounding different numeric types in Lesson 5.5. View the page in your browser now. Note that you may have to set it to the Start page for it to appear. Now enter some numbers into the text boxes and press the button. The result of adding the two numbers together appears in the label control. You may notice that you can very easily crash this web application in two ways. One is by leaving both of the boxes empty, and another is by entering text into the text boxes instead of numbers. In Lesson 7.6, you'll learn how to elegantly handle any errors that occur so that it is impossible for the user to crash your web pages. Close your web browser now. We are now going to change the calculation to multiply the two numbers together. This should be very straightforward to you by now. Change the line double result equals first number plus second number to double result equals first number multiplied by second number. View the page in your browser again. Enter some numbers into the text boxes and press the button. This time, the result of multiplying the numbers is displayed. In the same way, you can subtract using the minus operator and divide using the / operator. Close your web browser now. Note that you can use brackets to eliminate ambiguity in mathematical operations. For example, int x equals begin brackets 1 plus 2 end brackets multiplied by 2 will make x equal 6. However, int y equals 1 plus begin brackets 2 multiplied by 2 end brackets will make y equal 5. Also note that as well as using plus, minus, multiply and divide, you can use modulo by using the % symbol. Modulo divides two numbers and returns the remainder after dividing. For example, 112 modulo 100 would return 12. Finally, note that there are a few shortcuts to perform the most basic mathematical operations. Assuming you have created an int variable called number, number plus plus will add 1 to number, number minus minus will subtract 1 from number, number plus equals 123 will add 123 to number, minus equals will subtract 123, multiply equals will multiply by 123, and divide equals will divide the variable by 123. Close Visual Studio now, saving your changes if prompted. You've now completed Lesson 5.10. Perform basic mathematical operations.